taking a small break from my Outlander series. I have gone and picked myself up Taurus Season by Brynne Weaver. Yes. If you saw my last review regarding the Ruinous Love trilogy, same author. And she's come out with a whole new series called the Seasons of Carnage trilogy. And she's been hyping this up really well, especially with that last teaser she showed just before release. And if you read it, oh yes. So, it is a beautiful book. It's just like, I got the Barnes & Noble special edition, and it is paperback, in case you didn't notice. And the paperback, I'm just covering up the camera. Paperback comes like this. Isn't that so cool? I love it. It's so beautiful. They did such an amazing job with it. I honestly can't wait to start reading it. But before I start reading it, I'm going to read the blurb and see what this baby is all about. Welcome to Cape Carnage. Visit once, stay forever. Cape Carnage is a seaside town of colorful houses, quirky shops, and an unusually high body count. With tourists comes trouble, and Harper Starling won't let anyone ruin her picture-perfect home. A skilled gardener with killer instincts, Harper protects her sanctuary and her aging mentor with a fading memory at any cost. Troublesome tourists don't check out of Carnage. They compost beneath Harper's award-winning flower beds. But Nolan Rhodes isn't your average tourist. Devilishly handsome, disarmingly charming, and skilled with the blade, Nolan is relentless in the pursuit of revenge. On every anniversary of a hit-and-run accident that fractured his life, Nolan slays another target, and he saved the best for last. The undeniably beautiful Harper Starling. The problem? Harper isn't the monster he expected, and she won't go down without a fight. When an amateur true crime investigator comes to Cape Carnage on the trail of a long-lost serial killer, Harper and Nolan strike an uneasy truce. If Nolan helps Harper protect her town, she'll keep quiet about his hunting habits. For now. But their alliance soon spirals into obsession, one that threatens to shatter every secret in Carnage, including their fragile love. That sounds pretty damn good. Now, something I didn't do before in my previous video, and probably because there's 3 books, so that would have been a lot, but since this is only for 1 book, I thought it would be fun. Let's go over the trigger warnings together. You can tell I'm really excited about this. Okay. Content and trigger warnings. As much as Tour Season is a dark romantic comedy and will hopefully make you laugh through the badness, it's still dark. Please read responsibly. List of triggers. Wood chippers. Creative use of bird feeders. Eyeballs. And also eye sockets this time. I know, if you've been with me for a while, I think we both resigned ourselves to this one for the foreseeable future. Pun intended. Lawn aerators? I don't know what the hell that is. Scrapbooking, but make it murdery. Gardening, but make that murdery too. Stalking and voyeurism. Breaking and entering, including theft. References to physical and psychological torture. Drowning. Hamburgers. Really? Really, Brynne Weaver? Really? I'm sorry. I didn't think it was going to happen, but then it just happened. Yeah, she wasn't that sorry last time either, but I digress. birds that enjoy human snacks. Okay. Vehicular collisions. A plethora of weapons, including axes, knives, guns, needles, chainsaws, garrotes, and 3-hole punches. I'm intrigued. Explicit language and blasphemy. Yeah. And we're on to the second page. Murdery use of ropes. Sexy use of ropes. Ooh. Medical settings and details, including trauma response activities, CPR, hospitals, and long-term recovery. Explicit sexual content. Oh, yeah. Including BDSM, brat on brat, tamer kink, impact play, rough sex, adult toys, pain play, and mild knife play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just give you a little insight as to how messed up I am, but oh well. This is a story of 2 serial killers falling in love, so expect general murder and mayhem. Okay, all right, enough rambling. I am going to go start Tourist Season by Brynne Weaver, and I'll meet you guys back and let you know how it was. Okay, I've only read the first line, and I already love this book. I'm sure nobody goes on vacation expecting to be dismembered and put through a wood chipper, but some tourists are just assholes that deserve their fate. Again, first line, and I already love this book. Pretty Murder Bird and Murder Dimples. This book has it all. I knew it. And I have completed Tourist Season by Brynne Weaver. And what did I think? I enjoyed it. It's good. It's good. Not as good as a Ruinous Love trilogy. I think she just put the bar up a little too high when it came to that series. But then again, as you saw in a previous clip, this ends on a cliffhanger. So it has potential to get a lot better. And I hope it does with that clippy. But anyway, getting into the story. First off, major spoiler, okay? I can't really give you a spoiler-free review because of the main character, basically. So, here's a spoiler. The main character, Harper, she pops up in the Ruinous Love trilogy. She's in the first book. Only she shows up as a woman named Autumn. And she's basically escaping hell. That's the best I can give you. Through the help of the main characters from those books of Butcher and Blackbird, Rowan and Sloane. Mostly Sloane. Sloane's her hero, and cannot really blame her for that. But anyway, because of the events she went through that were so frackin' traumatic in that book, they touch on it seriously briefly, and then she touches more on it within Tourist Season. Basically, it's just that she wants to escape that life, so she becomes Harper, and that's who she is in Tourist Season. So Autumn is Harper, Harper is Autumn. That's the major spoiler. It's like, yeah, because she hinted at that at the end of the Ruinous Love trilogy in Scythe and Sparrow. So it's really excited to see that this is about Autumn, because I really was intrigued by her character and wanted to see where she went after all the traumatic events that she went through. It was pretty damn heartbreaking. And if you've read the book, then you already know. So, Harper is Autumn. Autumn is Harper. Get that out of the way. Get that spoiler out of the way. Now, when it came to the witty banter and the comedy, there was plenty of it. But again, not as much as I would have liked. You got a lot more of it in Butcher and Blackbird and in the Ruinous Love trilogy. But again, it's only the first book, so we'll keep going. The gore, I think it was amped up a little bit more here. Definitely amped up a little bit more. Especially, with the wood chipper and the crow. Pretty murder bird. I love that. Pretty murder bird. Where can I get one? I want one. Brynne Weaver, if you ever watch this, make a pretty murder bird. I'd love to have it with Barbara. Anyway, the other main character, Nolan, he has his own trauma and he has his own reasons for going after him. The basic premise of the story, essentially, what it should start off with. It takes place in a small seaside town called Cape Carnage, and the name is completely implied. And what it is about a young man named Nolan. He went through a pretty harsh car accident where he lost his brother, and he just hasn't been able to let it go. And on the anniversary of his death, he goes after the people that left him and his brother for dead. I guess there were 4 people in total in that accident, and his final person is a woman named Harper Starling. Now, unbeknownst to him, he believes that the Harper Starling in Cape Carnage is the woman he's going after. And Harper Starling, like I said, is just a woman who is just looking to get away from her previous life. And she's found a home in Cape Carnage. She becomes the gardener for a man named Arthur, who's, from what it implies, the richest man in town. He lives on a grand estate and she rents out his cottage. And she takes care of his lawn. And she puts his wood chipper to very good use. I loved the way she uses it, FYI. Anyway. And they meet. It becomes a battle of wits. It becomes a game of cat and mouse. And then it becomes a story of falling. And more falling ensues. And then it just becomes love. And while they're fighting these feelings, while they're submitting to these feelings, they got to deal with someone who we call a sleuth seeker. One of those amateur investigator reporters. Now, they don't want to do any harm to him because they feel that he's harmless. But he is a threat, so they're just trying to thwart him. And while they're thwarting him, they're working together. Because, blackmail and everything, you have to read to see why there's blackmail. But it was a good read. I gave it a solid 8.5. I would have given it higher, but a lot of people said, oh, the spice is top notch and there's a lot of it. I disagree on that. The spice was good, but there wasn't a lot of it. So because of that, it dropped a point. And the banter, the wittiness, the comedy just wasn't up to par as the previous book. Again, that dropped it a little bit more. But the story was so engaging. It was heartbreaking. It kept you invested, And the best parts, of course, were always with Harper and Nolan. The way they just spoke with each other and that love-hate relationship they had. It was great. So for me, tourist season gets an 8. And with that cliffhanger, I have high expectations. I loved the final chapter, FYI. Another spoiler. The reason the amateur investigator is in town, his name is Sam, by the way. It's because he's looking for a serial killer called La Plume. And from what I remember, he doesn't go into a whole lot of what La Plume's done. It's just that he's done a lot of carnage, and it's believed to come from Cape Carnage. He's a pretty bad serial killer, and people haven't been able to figure out who he is. And he's convinced that it's Arthur, the man that Harper looks after. It's not. And it's not that shocking when you find out who he is. But then you're like, that's genius? Because the man hides in plain sight, and I might have given you another spoiler by saying that, so whatever. Anyway, I did enjoy it. It was a good book. I'm looking forward to the next book in the series. I haven't checked her socials or anything yet, so I don't know when the next book is out. I don't know what the title of the next book is, so we'll see. I will definitely pick it up as soon as it comes out. Looking forward to it. But yeah, I give it Brynne Weaver Tour Season a solid 8. Now, I do want to touch up on those triggers. They were warranted very, very well, especially the wood chipper and the eyeballs. But I will say, when it came to her spoiling hamburgers, I was expecting it to be in a witty, funny way like it was in the previous books in the Ruinous Love trilogy. It wasn't. Just to give you guys another spoiler in case I didn't already warn you. As I said, that Harper, when she was Autumn, went through a pretty traumatic experience. And that's where the hamburgers come into place. Basically, they were giving as a food of survival. And for me, that didn't ruin it. To me, that was just, damn, that really sucks. And I can see why people wouldn't want it after that. But for me, it was just a story of, she did what she had to do to survive. So it wasn't traumatic for me. Just to put that out there. But anyway, if you've read the Ruinous Love trilogy, and if you want to know what happened to the character named Autumn, then you have to pick up Tour Season. And if you haven't read the Ruinous Love trilogy, regardless, pick up Tour Season because it is so good. And also pick up the Ruinous Love trilogy because, again, good. FYI, if you don't already know, you got triggers, go over them. Because she does not go at them lightly at all. She does not take into account, oh, I might be hurting someone's feelings with this, and maybe I shouldn't do this, or I'll just touch on it. No. She full on fucks with your mind when it comes to the triggers, which is what we all love. But there are some people that have problems with it, so make sure you check your triggers upon reading these books. She warns you, gives you plenty of fair warning in the beginning, so if you get all pissy about it, that's on you, not on her or anyone else. Okay? Alright. Anyway. Go pick it up. It's so pretty. It's so lovely. I loved it. I can't wait to read the next one. And with that, bye.